What's up, everybody? Shauna D-Man here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys had yourselves a great weekend. Yesterday, more like Saturday night, very late, we got Netflix dropped. I believe this was from an event or something like that. Not like a Comic-Con or anything like that, but some kind of event, I believe. But they dropped the first look. I don't know if I would call it a trailer. You probably could call it a trailer. But we got our first look for season 2 of the Netflix series One Piece. Now, obviously, season 1 was such a massive hit. For someone who, like, personally, I used to watch One Piece growing up when it first came out on American television. I used to watch all the episodes on like Toonami and things like that. I kind of fell out of it now just because there's like so many episodes and stuff like that. I've not really kept up with it in years. I do know a lot of people who watch it, still watch it, read the manga, that kind of stuff. And then it came out that they were doing a Netflix series live adaptation of the series. And so I was like, you know what? We'll check this out. And like the first 2 trailers that they dropped were it got me hyped. I was very much excited for the series. And then the series came out and it was good. It was a very good series. I was very much hooked into it from start to finish. Most of everybody, I would probably say, I don't think there was a miscast whatsoever in that first season. I think, at least from what I've seen or from earlier seasons of the animated series of One Piece, everybody looked about as well as they could for a live action adaptation. So I'm very excited to see season 2. Now, it is going to be interesting. I want to do a quick look at it, and then we'll go back and kind of go a little bit deeper into it and things like that. So, grab your popcorn, and we're going to check out the first look for Netflix's season 2 of One Piece.
Everything I've done, everywhere I go, is for the One Piece.
What is that?
Oh, that's a big man. Okay. 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 All right. All right. So that is that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like some of the visuals and stuff like that. So, I'm just gonna pick out parts. Visually, it looks good. Still has the now. I do believe there is a difference. I believe the people who were in charge of like the showrunners for season 1 are not here for season 2, and that could be some red flags because if you're bringing and we'll get to a thing that I watched. The VTuber Leaflet. I was watching her stream last night, and she was watching this as well, and she brought something up. But We do know Chopper is supposed to be in this season, which we saw like a glimpse of him a couple of months ago during a Netflix showcase for their upcoming projects that they're doing. You know, Wednesday season 2's out. Stranger Things season 5 is coming out. Something else is coming out too. But they were doing a showcase for their upcoming projects, and so they did show what Chopper is going to look like. So we do know Chopper is going to be in it. Obviously, it's because everybody wants to do 6 to 10 episodes now. A lot of the stuff is going to have to be condensed, which is probably for One Piece's case maybe fine, because there's so much content of it out there in the form of the animated series, the manga. Obviously, you cannot do every little thing, so you're having to hit the specific points of the IP, and so we did get to be quite honest, I don't know who a lot of these characters are. This is one of the things that I have not, because of me not watching One Piece consistently, like the anime or even reading the manga consistently, is that a lot of these characters I don't know. But I do know one specific one because I don't remember why I came across this particular one, but let me see. Let's see, where is she? Where up? And that is Nico Robin. I have a ton of cosplayer friends who cosplay her. I do know about her. I think maybe it was like a random episode I came across, or a random short of her or something like that. But I do know about this character. So obviously we're getting Chopper, Nico Robin. I didn't mean to do that. Come back in there. So I was trying to get like a little bit better picture. Back it up a little bit. Oh, I just went too far. Okay, this is probably the best. So I think she looks relatively good. Now, there was something about the character when I first saw her. She was a lot more tan, but I think that's because they didn't know, because obviously every character basically represents a specific country. Because like you got Luffy, for instance, who's supposed to be Brazilian. Nami, which I guess is American, North America, something like that. Nico Robin is Russian. I could be wrong about that, but from my understanding, this character is supposed to be Russian. And there was a thing. Let's see, they had to kind of go back in and kind of change it, because originally they made her a little bit darker. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, like right here. Like this was the first time I saw her. With this image here on the left. And then this is what she looks like now. To be quite honest, I don't necessarily care. Still, look, I could have gone either way with either side of it. So that does not matter to me. But another character. Now, this is one I saw probably more than I saw people talking about when the trailer or the first look dropped. It was here the character of Vivi, I think that's her name. Let me see if I can find. So I'm trying. I want to pick. I guess this is a good enough image, maybe. No, this is fine. All right. So you see what we have here in the Netflix adaptation. Now, again, this is if there's a clear explanation on why, then I can tolerate it. because I do remember years ago watching the arc that involved the VV character. Now, obviously, she's resurfaced in later episodes and manga and stuff like that. But so this is the Netflix version of VV. This is what she looks like in the show, and so I don't know if you want to call it DEI or race swapping. I don't really know, because again, you could probably make the case that is the same issue with Nico Robin. They drew her at a time where they didn't really know what she was, that kind of thing, because obviously the way black and white anime books look, you really can't tell or say. So it's just up to the imagination. So, but my thing is that you probably could have done it with Nico Robin too. You probably could have just kept her the same shade that she had. You could have just kept Vivi basically white, and I don't think it would have made a difference. Now, again, that's not to say that this actress portraying her in the series is going to be bad. I'm not saying that. I don't even know who this actress is. So she actually may be a very, very talented actress that can pull off this portrayal of this particular character. But if you're someone who Vivi was like your favorite character, and if she's like portrayed horribly in the show, you'd be upset. You'd clearly be upset about that. So I am curious to see on how that plays out, because I think no, I was trying to remember if Usopp had a crush on her or not, but I don't remember. Something I am interested in seeing as well. So obviously season 1, Zoro had a duel with Hawkeye Mihawk, lost 2 of his swords. He goes against new ones. One of them is a cursed sword, which I think it's going to be this black handled one here, and I can't remember what the other sword is, because I distinctly remember the cursed one, because Zoro does the thing, and I hope they do it in the live action, where he takes the cursed sword and he throws it up, sticks his arm out to see if the sword is going to cut him, and it doesn't. So I do hope that is in the in the show. I do want to hope that particular scene is in the show. It looks like they get into a fight at into like a little carnival. Now this could be involved with Buggy and Alberta. I think so. I think Alberta's her name. She was like the big fat pirate, and then later on she loses a lot of weight. We still need to see Claudador as Ware. So I wonder if he's going to show up in season 2 as well, because those 3 particular pirates kind of band together against the Straw Hats. So it looks like a pretty interesting fight breaks out at like a little carnival and things. At first, I thought it was Nico Robin, but then I was like, no, this is probably not her. But I like this shot here. Very, very cool. So into the Grand Line, and then I guess season 3. They're already working on season 3. So I don't know why most studios I don't know why most don't do that, where season 1's done, they kind of go ahead and do season 2. If it's already been greenlit and stuff like that, go ahead and get in production for season 2. Because let's see. I think this is 2026. I think. Let's see. Okay, so One Piece was renewed for season 3. Let's see. Yeah, so season 2 is coming out in 2026. Season 1 came out (2023), so almost 2 years ago. So it's going to be depending on when they drop it. So almost 3 years in between season 1 and season 2. But again, you're only getting 8 episodes, but you could probably excuse like a show like One Piece, because you're seeing like you're having to work with like Luffy and like the stretching ability. You got to make sure all that looks good, or the visuals look like I can probably excuse it, but again, I think 3 years is probably still a good time lapse. But I don't know, for 8 episodes, I think 2 years at a max. If this was maybe 10, 12 episodes, then maybe, yeah, I could see potentially you going 3 years. But for 8 episodes, I don't know. I hope they don't do the stupid what they're doing now. What we saw was Wednesday season 2, which I do have a review of that coming out later this week as well, where part 1, you got episodes 1 through 4 that dropped last Wednesday, and then the next set of 4 doesn't drop until next month. That is starting to get really annoying, because you started to see a lot of that. Netflix has done it with Wednesday season 2, Arcane season 2. You're seeing it with Stranger Things season 5. Disney did it with Andor, which Andor was, you could probably say, an exception, because they were originally to have 4 to 5 seasons, but had to kind of like cut it down a little bit, and so but I don't know. It's I hope they just drop it all in one go, and don't do here's episodes 1 through 4 in August. The rest of the episodes will come in October. I hope they don't do that. That's really, really annoying, and it really kills shows. It really, really does. So, but all right, guys, that is going to be it. We got our first look at One Piece Into the Grand Line season 2. Season 3 seems to be already getting ready to start production, or it's already in production as well. So that's pretty good. I do hope this is too. I hope this is not a Joker situation with the original people behind season 1 not being here, whereas you had Joker, a highly acclaimed film, fans loved it, but then they go and make a Joker 2 and just completely ruin it. Hopefully that's not the case with season 2. Hopefully season 2 still has that same that same heart and character that season 1 had. But we'll see. We won't know until till 2026. So we're just gonna have to wait and find out. But guys, that's relatively it. Like I said, if you're new to the podcast channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching on Rumble, be sure you hit that follow button. Other than that, guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all have a good one.